What does it feel like knowing your teammates, your coach has so much trust in you?
It makes my job easy. Just go out there, trust my work. They trust it, I trust it. We live and die by it. It's been good so far.
So, since the start of the season, we didn't see Shai in fourth quarters due to the games being put away by the third. But over the last 4 games, it's been quite different. He's played against 3 top 12 defenses in the league, 23 minutes throughout all 4 games, while putting up 44 points on 80% shooting from the field, 75% from 3, and 94% from the free throw line. The thing with Shai is that he understands how to pick his spots and timing. When J. Will comes to set the screen, Shai is going to tell him to move out the way. Now this is because if the screen is to be used, he could potentially be switched on to Gary Payton II, which is a more difficult matchup to go at. So once Buddy Hield ends up on his hip like this, and Shai has that angle to attack, he bursts right into the drive going downhill while Buddy Hield stays on his side. So once he stops on the dime to rise up, Hield is now stuck on the ground while the bucket drops through the basket. When you watch Shai operate, you'll see that defenders try and get up on him to funnel him into the help defense on his attacks, but in reality, this always works against the defense, because when you're on his side like this, you really can't contest without fouling. So when he stops on a dime while rising up, sure you can contest, but he has a clear look at the rim, and now the dagger is underway.
Play to possess now. It's SGA who knocks down the jumper to give him a 9-point.
It gets to a point where teams will send a double at him when he's 30 feet away from the basket, but with his control, this leads to 2 things. For one, it can result in him pushing right into the help defender to get started downhill, to then end up getting to a spot on the floor to deliver that huge bump off for separation to nail the shot.
Fends off Kamara and sticks.
And then when he shakes Dillon Brooks by rejecting one screen, this now makes Brooks trail the play, making the big have to step out further to help out. And as you can see, there's now 2 defenders on Shai 25 feet away from the basket while J. Will rolls to the rim. And although he's not known for his passing, he can send it right over the top of the defense to set up this and one.
Continuing to generate a ton of points. J. Will fouled!
This here is why Shai is so dangerous in the fourth quarter, because while teams are more worried about him scoring, they'll end up giving him all the attention, leading to them sitting in this middle ground, showing off a soft double if he was to attack, but on the backside, they leave Holmgren wide open in the paint, and with there being a small window to put it through, he'll make sure to get it there.
11 to shoot for SGA. Wires a pass inside the home rim to lay it in.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal pass.
Everything with Shai is truly calculated, by understanding that if he attacks right on this action, he can run into the help of GP2 who's sitting in the gap, and even if he was able to break past him, he then would have to face Draymond in the paint ready to contest inside. So by choosing to attack left, he does so while getting into Buddy's body because he doesn't want to get crowded with the help of Curry, and then also because he can now use that strong shoulder bump to shut him off, and once again, the space is created to rise up with ease. To build on picking his angles further, you'll see Shai do it again here, as he initially starts his attack going left, but the help defender closes the gap, which makes Shai shift directions. This here plays in his favor as the big has to open up his hips to stay with him, which gives Shai the advantage on the pursuit, and with that bump allowing him to hop right into the jumper, this puts the defense in a bad situation on the contest, and here we go with the and one.
As slim as it gets, but add 2 more. SGA plus the foul.
When you look around the league, you'll see a lot of guys play at one speed, just flying up and down the court, but SGA, he'll wait for that perfect moment to use that gear shift to get past his defender, and with that acrobatic touch inside, he can use that double clutch to lay it in. All of this here is skills you have to master to be elite in the league, because when he receives the ball out the inbound, he could attack left or right immediately. But when you take your time before putting the ball on the deck, this is when you can fully see what the defense is doing, which happens to be sending the help down and pressing into him to force him to the middle. Well, this is when patience turns into quickness by using that spin off of Shaden, and the mid-range jumper is straight cash. Yeah boy, these fourth quarters have been a showing of what Shai has in his bag. Like seriously, he's digging deep for those leftover fries at the bottom to make sure he eats everything that was ordered. With a little over 5 minutes to go with the ball in his hands up top, it's not even about creating space at this point. It's simply about just getting into a shot to knock it down.
SGA, top step back shot, and SGA delivers a big one here in the fourth quarter.
If you try to give yourself some space to combat the drive, well, he'll take that as disrespect and load up that chopper to let you have it.
Tries to get out there. SGA says too late. Got another one.
And with the game only separated by 2 points with just under 2 minutes to go, Shai tells Chet to back off so he doesn't get the switch or the double, and then proceeds to bury an early dagger.
SGA off the deck. Oh! Buries another one from the outside.
So yeah, fourth quarter Shai is something NBA defenses will have a problem with, as he can score anytime he wants from literally everywhere on the floor. If you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you liked the most. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.